We got Dr. Cimmerian again. We had them last weekend with 2621, which was the SCP that, like, you know, they found the MTFs basically fought a bunch of angels with flaming swords because they wanted to get some more information out of the ruins. That was potentially the gateway to heaven, and they killed like 500 angels for doing that. So that was the last one we had from Dr. Cimmerian, I believe. I don't think there's another one. Nope, there was distance 2623. Pardon me. 2623. Which I didn't upload the the thumbnails. I haven't uploaded them yet. I have to actually check here now. I was so distracted with everything. I just did. Everything's out of whack. Oh yeah. 262. Wait, no, that's the other one. Yeah, 2623 is the dead corpse that basically sent his ex-girlfriend a letter saying that he loves her, and now the person teleports to a certain cafe over and over again. Twist is, it's not even his girlfriend that he sent a letter to, just because they have similar names. That was hilarious though. Okay, Dr. Cimmerian, we got No Fury is our next one. No Fury. Here we go. Okay. Up to class. Which one did Howard say is the longest that we have to read today? The last one is the longest. Gotcha. That's useful. Okay, here we go. Object class safe, special containment procedures. SB2632 is to be contained in a standard humanoid containment cell on floor 7 of Site 88. SB2632 may not physically interact with any Foundation staff directly except while being restrained. Oh, that does not sound... that sounds a little bit iffy. SB2632 is a human that possesses unusual longevity and is unable to be harmed by any available means. SB2632 aging appears to have rested completely during its time in Foundation custody. Wait. That's an interesting way to say that, like, they haven't aged, is to say that aging has been arrested. I never heard somebody say it like that before. Instead of being like, oh, I'm immortal, it's like, oh, like, I don't age. It's like, my aging has been arrested. SB2632 displays physical characteristics which are consistent with a 68-year-old male. Historical records indicate that SB2632 was born in 1810 in the Republic of West Florida under the name Douglas Manfred. Observational evidence of SB2632, these historical records and claims made by SB2632 itself indicate that the event which produced its anomalous effect occurred in 1878. I will use that phrase when I get older. My age has been arrested. Well, you're still aging though, so you cannot use it. Unless you're like 70 and you still look like 30, then yes. Then you can be like, my age has been arrested. It's like saying we're merely bound by contract instead of like, yeah, we're a couple. SB2632 possesses no further anomalous properties and displays symptoms consistent with a diagnosis of relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis. While additional permanent damage to SB2632's neurological condition appears to have been prevented by its anomalous properties. SB2632 behavior is consistent with an individual possessing a moderate state of neurological decay. So he's not aging, but his mind is falling apart. SB2632 was recovered in 2003 following a botched execution attempt in the US state of Washington. SB2632 was convicted in 1994 of the killing of Jonathan Garrett and sentenced to death. God damn it, Douglas Manfred. You're the immortal, you're gonna kill somebody? What? Were you jealous that they can die and you not, and that's why you killed them? Huh? What's going on? Why are you going around killing people? SCP-2632 refused to choose its execution method and by state law was being hanged in January of 2003. Due to SCP-2632's anomalous properties, this penalty was ineffective. Agents embedded in the Washington State Department of Corrections were able to recover SCP-2632 following this attempt. Can you imagine trying to hang somebody and they just don't die? Like, no matter how many times you let them fall, the neck doesn't break, they don't choke out. They just... So when you guys gonna let me down? You know? I've been up here for half an hour long, it's getting really uncomfortable. Which makes me wonder if that's why he has some neurological decay, because like his brain just like fucking took a hit from that. SCP-2632 interview log. The following interview was the fourth conducted. Previous interviews established SCP-2632's principal anomalous properties. Gotcha. I think that he was jealous and was like, so you can die, not me. You think you are superior to me when he killed the guy. We'll see. Maybe there's some information deeper down this log, or maybe not. Date, February 5th, 2003. Interviewer, Dr. William Hoskins, SCP-2632 Project Head. Subject, SCP-2632. Location, Site 88, Section C. Dr. Hoskins was instructed to create a report with the subject to induce cooperation. Those portions of the interview have been edited out for brevity. To be perfectly honest, I was hoping for life in prison. Why? SCP-2632 pauses for several seconds. I haven't told you how I got this way yet. No. Would you like to? That's been something I've needed to get off my chest for a while. Well, I'm not going anywhere, and neither are you. Let's talk. Every time I've told someone about it, I've ended up killing them. Ah! That explains why he killed, good old Jonathan. He probably was like, hey, I'm actually like over 100 years old. More than that, to be honest. Because if he was born in 1810, and it was 2003, it was almost 200. It's 197 years. No, stop. What am I saying? That's not correct. No, it's 193 years. What kind of math am I? Am I dumb? I'm dumb, aren't I? My brain is not working at all. No, I was right. 197. 193. 193. That was, my second guess was right. The 197 was wrong. 193. Like being like, I'm actually 193 years old. And the guy's like, no, what? And it's like, yeah, this is what happened is, and then he tells him, and the next thing you know, like, what's going on? I'm sorry, but I have to kill you now. Huh? Why? I don't know. I just asked again. SCP-2632 taps on the glass portion separating him from Dr. Hoskins. Don't think that's going to matter so much anymore, though. You ever been to Crossroads, Wyoming? No, I haven't. Beautiful little town. At least it used to be. Moved out there with my wife and little brother in 1867. Who were they? Bethany Manfred and Jacob Manfred. My brother was a fucking coward, stayed out of the war. My wife's father and brothers died during Sherman's March. Her mama had died a few years back. She didn't have anywhere to go, so I picked her up. And you went to the Crossroads. Is this gonna be like a demon deal? You know how at the Crossroads if you make a deal with a demon, like yeah. It's usually at a crossroads. Yeah. Jacob was going to help me set up an undertaker's business. Greedy son of a bitch had a good idea. We were burying a man every week. And then? I started to get into my head that we could do something about all the death and destruction. I promised you it was a noble at first. I met an Indian in the saloon. I thought he was just talking crazy, but once I sobered him up, he told me about a ritual. He said he couldn't die. That got me fucking interested. What happened to this Indian? That's complicated. See, he told me about how he and four of his friends had enacted the ritual. Turned out there was one catch. People who participated could hurt each other. Was the only
People who would participate could hurt each other. It was the only way you could die.
Ah, okay. Okay, then what had happened to the others?
He got paranoid and that was that. The little son of a bitch had killed them. All of them.
Right. So then you enacted the ritual as well.
After a time, took me a bit to get all the things together I needed. But the way the shakes was getting worse, I was trying to hurry.
And then?
And I made the dumbest mistake I've ever made in a long, long life. I brought my brother and my wife in on the thing.
So you all performed the ritual?
I did most of the hard work, but there were some unsavory bits I don't think either of them could have stomached. But when it was over, we all knew our whole world was different.
What happened to your brother and your wife?
She was 24 when we finished. She was 36. I was 86. My body barely worked anymore. Even if it wouldn't ever get worse. Except what you think happened is what happened.
They began an affair.
Right under my goddamn nose. I hadn't told them about this catch, so they didn't know that I could hurt them if I wanted to.
And did you?
Not at first.
But you did eventually.
What I did was take some of the children's bones I used in the ritual and planted them in Jacob's house. Then I paid the sheriff a lot of money to go do his job and search the place.
What happened to your brother after that?
Sheriff arrested him. The trial was short enough. Sentenced him to hang the next week. I pretended like I was on his side. Told him I'd give him a bit of morphine so he could fake being dead.
And did you?
Yeah. I laughed at the hanging. I was worried someone noticed. He could barely keep his head up. He was still sleeping afterwards when I caught him out of the hole in the ground I dug. Then we threw straight down.
You buried him?
I did.
What did your wife do?
He wasn't happy. Showed up at the grave as I was dumping him in. Told me everything. Said when he woke up they'd be leaving town for good.
What did you do?
I smashed her in the back of the head with the shovel and threw her in the hole.
You buried them both?
Yeah. Her dad and him sleeping. He didn't wake up before I was done.
What happened after that?
I left town myself. Nothing tied me down.
Were you ever worried that your brother would wake up and dig his way out?
Dirt has weight. We're stuck down there at the bottom for 120 years.
120 years? You said you moved to Crossroads in 1867.
Yeah, see, I've been all over the world, but I always come back to Crossroads every once in a while. Some people might call it guilt, but honestly I just needed to know that the one man who could hurt me was still in the ground.
And he isn't?
No, he isn't.
What do you mean?
Back in '92, I made another pilgrimage out there. They were building a shopping center of the old graveyard. Big old machine went in and dug the whole area up.
Did they find your brother?
They must have, because he found me. Never saw him. Fucking coward caught me from behind. I haven't been hurt like that in a long fucking time. I ran and ran. I still don't know why he let me go.
What did you do after that? Let me see what you actually wrote. Hindsight is a great thing. he has a long time of he has 120 years of hindsight.
I went home and panicked. Figured the one sure way to avoid my fate was to sit in prison. So I headed out to the Mount Rainier, killed a camper in paradise, and sat next to the body until a hiker found me.
Right.
If I had been smart, I'd have picked a state with no death penalty at all. But I fucked it up too.
Are you still worried about him coming for you?
Not now. I don't think there's any way he could, even though I'm here.
Why do you think he wants to come for you?
I mean, are you serious?
Sure. Just for the record.
Can you imagine not being able to move, not being able to breathe, and not being able to scream for 120 years?
Wouldn't that have driven him insane?
Sure. I bet he went insane a few times down there. And right back to sane again. There's nothing I can say to change his mind. I'm not even angry anymore. He knows what I did and why I did it, and he won't stop until I'm hurt just as bad as he was.
Alright, thank you for your time. I imagine we'll have more questions for you tomorrow.
Fine by me.
What if we find out one of the researchers actually is the brother?
Hello, brother.
Your incident reports. Incident 63. Following the several recorded interviews, Dr. Hoskins began to hold informal interviews with SCP-2632 in order to ascertain the specifics of the ritual which produced its enormous abilities and the event
eventual fate of the individual who first informed him of the ritual itself. So I think the reason why 2632 was saying anybody I told, I killed them, was because he doesn't want that information to be out there, because it could lead to either A, somebody could copy it, or B, his brother could find the same person eventually and be like, oh yeah, some dude told me about this information like a while back, and then the brother's like, what? Who told you this? His interviews were unsuccessful in their stated goals. On November 12, 2015, following 12 years of successful containment, SCP-2632 killed Dr. Hoskins during an unguarded interview. Oh, there we go. He actually killed him. He actually killed him. No future interviews were to take place without a barrier separating SCP-2632 from Foundation staff. That's crazy. 12 years of, like, you know, building up trust, talking to them, and then, like, you decide to have one interview that's not guarded, and next thing you know, he does kill you. I would be mad. I'd be like, what do you mean, dude? After 12 years? No further research staff are to be accompanied by security personnel at all times when in the presence of SCP-2632. Dr. Elizabeth Lane, SCP-2632 Project Head. Yeah, makes sense. Incident 65. Following the death of Dr. Hoskins, a new project head was selected, Dr. Elizabeth Lane. The current SCP-2632 Project Head was scheduled to interview SCP-2632 on December 18th. When she entered the interview chamber along with Agent Bill Cassidy, SCP-2632 began to suffer from what appeared to be a mental break. SCP-2632 was unable to answer any questions coherently and appeared to be unusually preoccupied with Agent Cassidy's presence. What did I just say a moment ago? What if one of the agents, one of the Foundation staff members is actually the brother? And he's now like seeing one of the agents being like, in order to facilitate a calming of the subject, Agent Cassidy will no longer be utilized as security for the SCP-2632 project. Dr. Elizabeth Lane, SCP-2632 Project Head. I mean, either Agent Cassidy is the brother. Wait a minute. What's the name of the brother again? No, it was Jacob Manfred. But I mean, Jacob could just change his name. He'd just be like, actually, my name is Cassidy. Show proposed containment procedures revision. Due to SCP-2632's uncooperative nature, mental state, the danger it may pose to Foundation personnel, and the anomalous properties it possesses, it has been determined that the following actions are to be performed on December 20th, 2016 by order of the SCP-2632 Project Head. The SCP-2632 project is to be reclassified as inactive. SCP-2632 will be restrained and placed on a steel platform. Exploring SCP-2632's damage resistance properties, a press will move a block of lead approximately 2662 size downwards until it molds into SCP-2632's shape. This press will keep SCP-2632 immobile until the reactivation of the SCP-2632 project. SCP-2632 current project member will be reassigned to active projects, and SCP-2632's containment procedures are to be updated with the changes. Dr. Elizabeth Lane, SCP-2632 Project Head. The above proposed changes are tentatively approved. Dr. Lane, I would like to speak to you in the next few days. I have some concerns with regards to you utilizing Agent Cassidy's containment expertise in this manner. Please come and see me at your earliest convenience, Dr. Cimmerian. Hey, the author. Side 88 Ethics Committee Liaison. Show EC-2632 Task Report. And there's a picture here that we probably have to look down here, maybe. Yeah. On June 8th, 2016, the Ethics Committee approved a proposal relating to SCP-2632 by Dr. Cimmerian. The task was completed on August 24th, 2016. The results of that project are listed below. A search was made to determine the veracity of the SCP-2632 statements regarding its relatives. The burial site SCP-2632 described was found and the body inside was exhumed. The remains were buried under approximately half a meter of soil. It was clearly apparent that at least one previous occupant had either been removed or extricated itself from the burial site. The following is a facial reconstruction of the recovered remains. So that's open this up real quick. Well, great. Let me try this again, shall we? Come on now. Okay, so that's what the brother would look like. It would be interesting if the brother actually died and it was the wife that survived. Genetic identification indicates that this individual is strongly related to SCP-262 still living descendant. Due to the sex of the individual in question, it is believed to be the remains of Jacob Manfred. Oh, hey! The current whereabouts of Bethany Manfred are still unknown. Hey! Wow. You know what that means? So Agent Cassidy could not be Jacob, but could be the son of Bethany. You know what I mean? Maybe even like this. Maybe even like the son of Jacob and Bethany. That's why. That's why the SCP-2632 was panicking, because like Cassidy looks like his brother, but is not the brother. Because it could be again Bethany and Jacob's son, because they had an affair. She might have been pregnant, and he thought that he killed Bethany and buried Jacob, but Jacob actually did die, and Bethany got out. It could also be that Jacob and Bethany. I mean, because I don't think that the kid would have been able to be like. I don't think he was pregnant the moment she got buried. I think that she got pregnant potentially close to the time when the whole site got excavated. Yes, that's exactly why I had a mental breakdown, because he looked at Agent Cassidy and it was like, because remember, it does say here that the genetic identification indicates that this individual is strongly related to SCP-2 still living descendant. So this is the facial reconstruction of the person. But yeah, there's enough hints to know that maybe that Agent Cassidy might be related to Jacob and Bethany, and that's why he panicked, because he was like, there's this guy who looks like maybe a younger version of his brother, or at least close enough to his brother, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, even it also makes you wonder, how much does Cassidy know? Because like, because if Cassidy is aware that his mother is Bethany, then does that mean he's like keeping an eye on him so that her mother can eventually come in and kill him? Or does Cassidy have absolutely no idea who his mom and dad are? Again, this is all just theory. I could be completely wrong. It could just be a pure coincidence that Cassidy caused a panic attack, a mental breakdown, and the fact that Bethany broke out and Jacob is the one who actually is dead. Which I think that's such a. I think it's funny how I was like, what if the wife survived, and then at the end it's just like, yeah, the Bethany actually is the one who got out. I think your theory could hold some ground in a way. I see what you did there. You said that specifically because they were on the ground before. And you're like, no, I actually did not say that, because I just so that was interesting. It's kind of crazy, like, it's kind of crazy that like he basically gave immortality to his brother and wife, but somehow, well, I guess because like it's like it was just in the days, you know, like 1800s, where like you're an older man marrying a much younger woman, right? Because I wonder if he was already pretty old when he did the ritual, or the ritual somehow aged him first and then he became immortal, which would not make any sense, because that would suck ass if that was
if that was a result. So I think he was just old already. But then, like, you know, as a 24-year-old woman, you don't want to be immortal with your 68-year-old husband. It's like, yeah, maybe you love him. I mean, but again, 1800s love, marriage was never, it was a lot of times was not really love. It was more like a thing to do. I think he was perhaps already old. Yeah, I think so too. I don't think the wife ever loved him. I think the wife never loved him. Potentially, he was just doing okay, a good amount of money back in the day. Because he did say, hey, we're burying somebody every week, and that led him to having a lot of money. And potentially that way he just got a wife because he was like rich, and then the wife got together with him, but it was not out of love. But then, like, you know, they all got immortal, and then you're like, hey, there's a younger brother who's a lot closer to my age than my current husband. I'd rather be immortal with him, right? But it's insane. It's an insane story because like the things this guy did to his own family member and love, and then continue to like, oh great, continue to go on a killing spree over the years, and even kill Dr. Hopkins. That's the wildest one for me. It's like, you do know Dr. Hopkins is basically there for you, like is the one giving you safety. If you kill him, then they might just be like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna contain you in a way that your brother can maybe find you because you killed one of us. You know what I mean? Like, why would you kill the? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Some things people will do for love is insane. I would not even argue that he did it for love. I think he just did it for selfish survival. Like, first it was pure like rage and anger. The title was also No Fury, right? Which is very ironic because there was a lot of fury in it. Like, at the end though, you could also argue he might not actually be furious. I mean, it could also be, the title could also like be a reference to the brother, because he did say like, oh, the brother might like understand where I came from, but it's not going to stop him from inflicting the same thing to me. And you could also argue that the 2632 did nothing out of fury. He just kind of did it because that's who he is. That's how he thinks. That's his logic. You know what I mean? Kind of how like if you remember, wait, were you there on Thursday when I played South of Midnight? Because like it's like interesting to like see how like sometimes you snap into horrible behavior because everybody around you is being horrible, and or how sometimes you just are the horrible person. You don't need any convincing, but you don't see anything wrong with it.